What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Cass here from the Bye Week Podcast, and I am along with our co-host Valente, also of the Bye Week Podcast, and we are here for the final, and we said final, mock draft of the 2023 draft campaign. So we're gonna go back and forth, and Valente is going to start off the draft with the number one overall pick for his favorite team in the NFC South, the Carolina Panthers.
That is not my favorite team in the NFC South. I don't know who you got confused with, but need to need to get your facts straight, okay? Get your facts straight. Anyway, number one overall, we got the Panthers. They got a lot of options to go with. Obviously, when they traded up to the number one pick of quarterback, it was definitely undecided.
Mm-hmm.
They were really in love with Anthony Richardson when they were at their current position. So, now they're at one and they still like Anthony Richardson. They like Bryce Young. They like Will Levis. And, I'm a betting man. I like the betting odds of Will Levis went from plus 4,000 to plus 400 in a matter of an hour. But I still think that's not ultimately enough. I think Bryce Young's the number one overall pick.
Boom. And now I will handle the second round pick to the Houston Texans. Now, we have heard that D'Amico Ryans is very high on a certain Alabama prospect. Well, that's what we're gonna go with, cuz outside edge, very similar position to where the same position as where Danico played. So we're gonna go with Will Anderson, the edge from the University of Alabama, and we're gonna set one more year with Davis Mills.
Worst case scenario, you fuck up, you get the first overall pick next year, and you got a generational talent at quarterback. But
True.
um, third overall, I'm gonna propose a trade, and there's two teams that you could really go with here. You could either go with the Lions, you can go with the Titans. I think the more what do you call
Realistic.
the more realistic option for me is for the Lions. Um, Considering what Rand Carthon's saying, he doesn't want to trade any of his guys. He wants to, I guess,
Go with
field
his
that
guys.
team. So yeah, we're gonna trade picks. Um, 6, 55, and 159 for third overall pick, and see if that goes through. It probably won't. I'd imagine trade was declined. Okay, so let's go back again. Uh, Same again. Lions, Cardinals, and then this time same thing except add the 48th overall pick in there as well for the third overall pick. See if that works. Because it's only 3 spots. So okay, cool. It's only 3 spots. And at third overall, the Detroit Lions, they have a lot of them being at 6, for as good as they did last year.
Mm-hmm.
It's only like you're looking for a certain position here, and I believe they're set with Jared Goff,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe that edge rusher's fine. Will Anderson's out of the way, but Jalen Carter at 3, I think it's a possibility. I think we'll go Jalen Carter at 3. That's what we're gonna be
I
there.
actually really like that, and I also believe that this is the way that the Indianapolis Colts are gonna go when they select quarterback Will Levis from the University of
Yeah.
Kentucky. A guy
I think
that
Will
the
Levis.
owner is really high on, even though some of the staff and the coaches might not be as high on. The owner is Jim Irsay is high on Will Levis.
I think Will Levis. One, I'm a Louisville fan. Two, he drinks mayonnaise. He drinks coffee with mayonnaise, and he's afraid of something. I forgot what it was. He was afraid of some other shit. But number 5, easy option here. I've seen the Seahawks have fell in love with him. Anthony Richardson.
Could be a
I
position.
believe that I believe that they're not sold on Geno entirely, and even if they are, there's no backup guy there.
Could
Really not.
could be a guy where um with Gino, because I believe they only signed him to a 2-year deal, right? Am I wrong?
3 years,
3 years.
but I still don't think they're sold on him.
Because I also believe that there was an out after the first year. That's why I think it was the second year. But anyway, um, them taking Richardson gives them time to let Richardson develop and also see what they got with Gino. Here at
Yeah.
6, though, is I take who I actually wouldn't be surprised. Valente may have talked about this. Valente would be surprised and thinks it's a bit of a reach for them to go at 3. I wouldn't be surprised if they go there at 3, but they should definitely go if they trade down to 6 or 11. If they go to 11, Christian Gonzalez
Yeah,
is
I'm high on that as well because that's the entire reason I traded uh the Lions the third overall pick is because I feel like they need to fill the hole at defensive tackle, and the Cardinals could pick up some more capital because there's a lot of guys that are really one out right now, like DeAndre Hopkins, J.J. Watt just retired, Buda Baker wants out. You need a corner
you just
to
lost your number
replace.
one receiver. You just lost your number one corner.
Yeah, you need a guy that can come in and replace him day one, and Christian's probably that guy.
So now you got the Las Vegas Raiders.
As for me, um, I don't see I don't see any way that they don't pick CJ Stroud here.
Yeah.
Because you gave what Jimmy Garoppolo a 1 year deal,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't see you giving a 1 year deal to someone for them to be a long term option. I think it might be good to let Jimmy Garoppolo maybe start the season and give CJ Stroud a chance to learn a little bit from a guy who
Now
sat behind Tom Brady and played in a successful offense for a bit.
I know this might. I haven't seen this rumored a lot, but now looking at it and thinking about it in my head, Atlanta has a lot of holes. But if you could get, they have a second year quarterback in Desmond Ritter that's probably going to be the starter going into the season. We would imagine, correct?
His starter.
Okay.
Yep.
But what helps a young quarterback mostly? What's
Good
the
safety blanket.
a good safety blanket, which they have in Kyle Pitts. There's two things that helps a
Yeah.
quarterback: safety blanket.
I wouldn't say good. I wouldn't say Kyle Pitts is a good safety blanket. He disappeared. I
Well,
got biased, but he's disappeared.
well, that has a lot to do with the offensive scheme too. He did purely just disappear last year. This is my thing. I'm going Byron Robinson. But Bijan Robinson at 8.
Okay, I'm gonna question that pick, even though you already made it. They have Cordell Patterson. They have Tyler Algier, did really
I
good.
forgot all.
Who did really good. So I
Oh
mean,
Christ!
it's not it's not a bad pick, but
I forgot all
you could
about
move
Tyler.
Cordell back out to receiver like he has been before,
I forgot all
because
about.
that receiving room is absolutely horrid. I wouldn't hate Jackson Smith there either because their receiving room, like I said, is horrid. Um,
Oh yeah,
but
that's
I
actually a
don't
good
hate
point.
the pick. I think there could have been better there. And number 9, shout out to my boy David. I know a lot about the Bears because of David. He says that their defensive line is also horrid. He said if there was two options, or he said if Tyree Wilson was there at 9, he's taking Tyree Wilson. But if he's not there, he's taking Paris Johnson. Fortunately for us, Tyree Wilson is there, and that's who we went with.
And I'm gonna go ahead and say I completely forgot about Tyler Agier, I think it is. I completely forgot about him. I remembered Cordero Patterson, and I was like, this could be a good tandem. And I totally forgot about Agier. But at 10, with the Philadelphia Eagles, you got a team that basically doesn't have a lot of holes. Besides the fact And Valentin, I'm gonna ask you a question real quick. Did Chancey go somewhere else?
Yeah, he went to Detroit. Brian Branch. That's what I would have went to. I would either went Brian Branch or maybe Paris Johnson because of Lane
Lane
Johnson
getting
might
older.
retire
Yeah.
soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you take this.
Um, Number 11. This is probably the easy pick. The receiving room, the O line and receiving room for the Titans is pretty lackluster. But depending on who's best player out of those two, um, you could go with Jackson Smith and Jigba, give Tannehill another weapon, or you could avoid trying to get Tannehill hurt and get him a blind side that's capable now. No offense to Taylor, or all offense to Dennis Daly. I think it's his name, right? Dennis
Yes,
Daly.
all offense.
All offense to Dennis Daly, but he was probably the worst blocker and
He was the
probably
worst starting left tackle last year. I don't care what
didn't
nobody
have any
says.
intangibles to be a left tackle. I mean, his hands sucked. He's really small too. I think he's like what, less than 300 pounds. I don't know. I might be wrong. He might be less than 300 pounds, but still, he's he's not the greatest blocker.
Uh,
Hmm. This is wait. 325. Okay, well, never mind. I guess he was. I thought he was like 297. Trying to think of who someone
Aaron,
on the Titans is
Aaron, Aaron,
297.
Aaron.
Okay, well,
Uh,
anyway. For me, it's really between Paris Johnson and JSN. If it honestly, I'm not sure. I'm gonna let you pick this since this is your favorite team. Who would you rather go with here?
I
I
just,
think even he's undecided.
I'm. You know what I'm gonna do? I feel like Josh Downs fits our team so much, and I feel like there's a chance we can get him at some point. I'm gonna go Paris.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good choice. I didn't even think about Josh. So yeah, back again at
I
12 for the
think
Texans.
this is the dream player for me for the Titans. Him or Jalen Hyatt. Those two are the dream receivers that we walk. One of those we walk out with
Mm,
at the end of the draft.
Go back to all for me real quick.
Oh my bad.
Back here at number 12 for the Texans, you got to think about their needs as well.
I'd start building
I
some
feel like
offensive line.
yeah, their offensive line's not the greatest either. I think their best offensive lineman's Laramie Tunsil, and he is as about as ancient as King Tut's grave. So I feel like you could get Broderick Jones
Mhm.
to play left or right tackle.
Mhm.
Play right tackle
Mhm.
until what's his face, until
I
Laramie Tunsil retires and switch him.
I also wouldn't mind going with if I'm gonna throw my 2 cents, I wouldn't mind Peter Skoronsky here because you have that where he's able to play tackle, guard, all that.
Should go Peter Skronsky because he does have a little bit more variety to him.
He could play tackle and guard. So and then
Number 13.
with this has got to be
Who?
receiver.
Yeah, who are we gonna supply Jordan Love with?
I'm gonna go a full Packers move. That is a full Packers move.
That is, I'm not surprised that is a full Packers move. That is definitely a Packers type move.
14 with
On
the
to
Pats
14, the Patriots, they could use some help.
on the offensive
Um,
line as well. Corner too. Devon
Offensive line,
Witherspoon just seems
let's
like
go to
a
Devon Witherspoon. Let's go to Devon
that
Witherspoon.
just seems like a Patriot name.
It kind of does. Devon Witherspoon seems like a Patriot pickup.
Is Miles Murphy the one that David doesn't like?
Yes, Miles Murphy is hated.
The Jets don't need a
Who would you take in the
receiver.
15?
I like Broderick to the Jets.
Yeah, Mekhi Becton's got some injury issues that we don't know how that's looking, but it's a good pick there. 16 Commanders. What are they struggling with? They're good on D line, aren't they?
Yeah, they're
D
actually
line's probably
like
good.
I
Edge rusher's fine.
edge is fine. Maybe middle linebacker.
I don't think there's any really good middle linebacker to take this early.
No, not this early. Is there? Get sheesh, get
Um,
a corner like a Tracy Porter Jr.
Joey Porter. I think Joey Porter
Yeah,
would be
Joey
like a
Porter.
Steelers.
A Joey Porter
He said
Jr.
Tracy Porter. I was going to say. I wish it was Tracy Porter. Um, I feel like, let's see, who do they got at receiver? Terry McLaurin. That made
I
receiver.
don't see go with receiver because they got Curtis Samuel as well.
They don't need tight end.
They
They don't
could
need
need tight
quarterback.
end, but it's way too early.
I mean, Kincaid's a mid pick, a mid around pick to me, honestly, a mid early, mid first. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. They do need a corner.
Yeah,
I'll Joey. Let's go Joey Porter. Joey Porter.
Joey Porter
I like
Jr.
Joey.
And now Pittsburgh, who actually they could use some receiver. Yeah, they just traded away. Yeah, we're gonna go JSN because he's gonna keep falling if we don't.
Yeah. 18 Detroit. They probably need. Um. Let's see. They don't need another edge rusher, do they?
No,
And Richardson.
who's the receivers in
Mm,
Detroit?
ooh, they do need a receiver.
Go to somebody like a Jordan Addison.
No, I feel like Jordan Addison's like a Chargers pickup. Um, let's see. Um,
You know, it would really be crazy. You put Lucas Van Ness right beside Aiden Hutchinson.
yeah, but do they need another edge? Um, D tackle, linebacker, tight end, guard. Um,
It's kind of weird because I think corner is a good position to go with them too.
yeah, they do need another corner as
Because
well.
they just traded away
Deontay Banks,
Jeff Okuda.
yeah, Deontay Banks or Keely Ringo here. We'll go Deontay, yeah.
Bucks could use anything.
Yeah, Bucks really need anything. I mean, their receiving room's good. I feel like I feel like if they're desperate enough, they would go Hendon Hooker here. But I don't feel like they're desperate enough. Um,
Edges
they
could be a
could use edge rusher.
yeah, edge could be a need like
I
Nolan
I
Smith.
I could see a Miles Murphy pickup here, honestly.
We'll go with that. Hey, who do I have the Hawks getting right here? Seahawks. You know what? You said you felt like Dalton Kincaid. Okay, let me see who the Seahawks haven't had a good tight end in years.
No
Okay,
fan. I mean, he isn't really good,
I'm
but
I'm so glad you reminded me of that. We're gonna go Daryl Wright. Darnell Wright. Darnell Wright. Left tackle
yeah.
Tennessee. Fuck.
Okay. 21 Jordan Addison all the way. It's a Chargers pickup. Sorry. It's a Chargers type move.
Ravens. Shit. Ravens, okay. Ravens. I like Nolan Smith.
I could see that. I'm losing Calais.
Vikings.
So now this is where someone um like Keenan Hooker would be taken in the first round. I feel like this is the only way that you'd be taken in the first round. However, I'm not going there. For the Vikings, I would probably let's see. Trying to think about what they need. Edge rusher might be good, maybe. I'm not sure. Let me look. Trying to trying to think of it like their
I think
mm,
defense, fully defense. I think go
yeah.
ahead and pair somebody like a Luke and Van Ness.
Edge rusher. Edge rusher. Yeah, Lucas Van Ness.
All right, Jags.
Jaguars. Um, I feel for the Jags, we need to focus on O line or
Defense.
yeah, O line or defense, specifically corner. I feel like
Taylor.
Is Keely Ringo there?
Yeah, and that's
Keely.
where he's mocked to at 24.
All right, cool. Keely.
Oh, we have the
25.
Giants receiver. It's death.
Receiver. Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers. Cowboys. What would the Cowboys go for?
You know what? No, never mind. Did they keep Schultz?
Dalton Schultz.
Yeah.
Um, Cowboys. They did not. Kincaid.
Dalton,
Their tight end Jake Ferguson. Dalton Kincaid.
and then we're gonna. All right.
27.
I think D tackle would be good here. Go somebody like a Brian Breeze. Pair him with Ed Oliver on the inside.
Ugh.
Would be cry. Or
Let's see.
you get somebody, especially because defense is still a need for them. Because you don't want to go anybody. Well, I guess wide receiver wouldn't be completely off the board for them either.
Well,
Didn't they lose a guy to Tampa?
I don't think so. Um, let's see. They they have Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, Khalil Shakir, Trent Sherfield, Deontay Hardy. Running back wouldn't be bad.
No.
Um,
Jameer Gibbs would fit right into that system too.
yeah, I feel like they do need like a pass catching back. I feel like Jameer could be like someone they pick up here, or like could use a linebacker as well. But I feel like Jameer would be better.
All right, let's go with Gibbs. Bengals.
Mm,
You know what,
Bengals.
Bengals? I don't know. He's mocked
Bengals could
there.
use.
He's mocked there. I'm gonna go with that. I like that a lot, Mike Mayer.
At 29, Saints need D tackle. Kalijah Cansey. 1000% Kalijah Cansey.
Do you go with Kalijah though? If Brian Breeze is the only option, he's clearly the number one
Kalijah
tackle.
Cansey. Kalijah Cansey is better than Brian Breeze in my opinion.
We're about to do right. You know what we're about to do? I'll give you this Eagles pick because I want the Chiefs pick.
The Eagles. Let's see. Eagles, they don't have a lot of holes to fill. Like we said earlier. I feel like who did we take earlier?
For the Eagles?
Paris Johnson? Yeah, Paris Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay, Paris Johnson, let's just say we could use linebacker.
Didn't they lose?
No.
No, James Bradbury and Darius came back, didn't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
James Bradbury is really old. I wouldn't mind like another corner. Is there another good corner
Cam
there?
Smith, who's mocked at 30 to them.
That's crazy. Still Cam Smith then.
All right, and then I want this. I want you to hear me out about this. So we're gonna go with the Chiefs trading it because who? What's the chances that they don't have really any holes to fill anyway? With at least who's on the board right here for us. Go ahead and slide this right here real quick. We do a quick
Okay. I want to let you cook until this gets shot down
Wait,
if it
hold up.
does.
That is not what I put in there.
Okay, so the Titans traded 30 traded Derrick Henry for the 31st overall pick.
Yes.
Okay, for Josh Jones.
And they
Okay,
also get a second round pick too. So they get a first and second round pick for Derek.
okay. All right, I don't hate it. Let's take a look. Let's analyze real quick. I don't hate it, but like the Titans' run game is going to be very bad now.
Yeah. And then they can go in the second round and get somebody like a Zach Schobert or whatever.
I think Tajay Spears is better. But full results. Check full results here. Let's analyze. Quick analysis. Bryce Young is probably unanimous number one pick. If the
Hold up.
coffee in May 11 Will Levis doesn't, you know.
Why does it do that?
I don't know.
Why?
You just click full screen it, full screen it. And zoom in and I guess just keep scrolling down. But yeah, Bryce Young, unanimous number one pick. Probably. Unless it's coffee and mayo, Will Levis. Uh Will Anderson's probably number two. We like how D'Amico is high on him.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, good trade from number 3 to 6 for the Cardinals, and that way the Detroit Lions could fill the hole at tackle or D tackle. Will Levis goes at 4. I feel like he's going to be the second QB taken off the board just because of how high Jim Irsay is on him, and I feel like if the owner is higher on somebody than anybody, I feel like he's going to try and force his hand into that. Then we got Anthony Richardson to Seattle just because I believe how high they are on him, and they have no backup. I feel like it's a good way to for him to learn. Christian Gonzalez at 6 seems like the obvious pick for the Cardinals. CJ Stroud, a good pick. He could learn his way into that offense for Vegas. And what QB that's young, dumb, well, dumb. It would be a good analysis for him for the way that he scored on that one test. Young, dumb, and about to be seemingly rich. Why wouldn't you want to go to Vegas? Um, Bijan at 8. I didn't see that, but that was kind of a bit of a mistake.
Yeah,
Tyree at 9.
I totally forgot
Brian
about.
Branch.
Oh, you.
Brian Branch team seems like a little bit of a reach, but it's the pick that the Eagles have to make there. Honestly, Paris Johnson at 11. Peter Skronsky at 12. Quentin at 13. That just seemed like a Packers move. Devon Witherspoon just seemed like a Patriots move. Broderick at 15. That's all good. Joey at 16. JSN 17. Deontay 18. Miles Murphy at 19 just seemed like a Tampa Bay pick as well. Donald Wright could really help the Seahawks out at O-line.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Addison just seems like a Chargers type pick. Nolan Smith is a great pick for the
The
Ravens.
Ravens. Luke and
Lucas Van
Ness.
Ness is a good pick for the Vikings. Keely Ringo. I feel like this is where we're getting into like where they were actually mocked. Keely Ringo is
Like Keely Mingo was mocked to the Jags. Dalton Kincaid was mocked to the Cowboys. Mike Mayer was mocked
yeah,
to the Bengals. Cam Smith was
College
mocked to
camp.
the.
Yeah, this is pretty much all set in stone. So
And then I was just
yeah.
having a little fun with the Chiefs picks. I don't really think they need to draft anybody. They're going to win the Super Bowl anyway. So All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. This little quick video. If you did, leave a like. If you really liked it, subscribe. But above all else, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Valente, you have anything you want to add before we wrap it up?
Are we doing a live reaction to the draft?
We can.
If you're down for that, we'll see y'all Thursday night.
Yeah, tomorrow night, right? No.
Yep. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Dummy, yeah. Yeah. Dummy, yeah. Yeah. Dummy, yeah. Yeah.